Why is it so hard to live in the present moment? Hi guys. I hope I'm not the only one, but there is a lot of hype about living in the present moment. I understand it, agree with it, think it's amazing, beautiful, and I'm trying my best to achieve it. But it is just so difficult. I can think of all sorts of things why it's difficult for me, but was just curious, how about you guys? What makes it so difficult for you to live in the present moment? Can you guys share me some of the things that makes it difficult for you to live in the present moment? Thanks in advance. Living in the present moment really does feel like one of the hardest things to achieve, doesn't it? On the surface, it sounds so simple. Just be here now. But in practice, it's like we're constantly being pulled in 1,000 different directions. For me, I think one of the biggest challenges is how noisy life can be, both externally and internally. There's always something demanding attention. A notification, a to-do list, or even just the random chatter of my own thoughts. I can't count how many times I've sat down to enjoy a quiet moment only to get lost replaying something I wish I had done differently or worrying about things that might never even happen. And let's talk about technology for a second. Social media and the internet make it so much harder to stay present. Every time I pick up my phone, I'm immediately sucked into someone else's world. It's like my brain has trained itself to crave distractions even when I don't want them. I think it's also partly how we're conditioned. We're always taught to focus on the next thing. Finish school, get the job, plan for the future. It's hard to slow down when we're surrounded by messages that make us feel like we should always be doing more. It's almost like being in the present feels unproductive, even though it's probably the most important thing we can do for ourselves. At the same time, I think there's a vulnerability to being fully in the present. When you're not thinking about the past or the future, you're left with just you. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your reality. That can be uncomfortable because it forces you to confront things you might normally avoid. But I guess that's part of the journey, right? Learning to accept the present moment as it is, without judgment. It's not easy, but I think it's worth trying. What about you guys? What do you find most difficult about staying present? Are there specific distractions or habits that pull you out of the moment? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Maybe we can all learn a little from each other.